What is Amazon SQS? SQS stands for Simple Queue Service, is a managed service by Amazon Web Services to handle message queuing. In a queue, one service sends messages, and other services consume those messages. It can be used for a variety of purposes. As a managed service, SQS releases developers from the worries of setting up and maintaining a queue system. The service will provide everything needed out of the box, and seamlessly scale to accommodate the demand. This can be a perfect fit for projects running on a tight schedule, as well as for small and medium-sized serverless development teams. Next obvious question. What is it used for? SQS is frequently used to decouple distributed backend services. Instead of having one service directly interacting with another, a queue could intermediate the communication. Another common usage for queues is to accommodate mismatches in service scalability. When a service relies on another one that can't scale to the same level or as quickly as the first, bottlenecks can become a problem. In these cases, having a queue between A and B is beneficial, because the queue can absorb peak demand from A and transmit messages at a slower pace that B can cope with. How does Amazon SQS work? We have already covered the broad mechanism of message queues in another article. SQS builds on these concepts and provides an API that developers can use to communicate with the service. The main actions in high level are: send message. A service sends a message to a queue, which becomes available for another service to consume. Receive message. Another service can request the queue to receive pending messages. Delete message. After a message has got properly processed, the consumer can delete it from the queue. SQS does not work as a database, and the consumer can't determine which message to receive from the queue. It can, though, specify how many messages it wants to receive at each time. After a message is received, SQS will remove it temporarily from the queue. This is to avoid it being consumed twice, although it still might happen on some occasions. During a certain time, the message will be hidden, and the consumer has the chance to process it, and later delete it from the queue. If the message is not deleted, after the visibility timeout period, it will go back to the queue, and will be received in future requests. The visibility timeout period can be customized. Types of queues. There are two different types of queues in SQS: FIFO and standard. Let us see them in detail. In the standard queue, SQS will deliver messages out of order. It means that a message received later can be delivered first to a consumer. It may also deliver the same message more than once on some occasions. This type of queue leverages the advantages of distributed systems with low consistency, which drives down costs. As a result, this is the cheapest option in SQS. This is the first form of SQS offering given, and extensively used to decouple applications. It supports unlimited throughput and unlimited number of messages in queue. The retention period of any message is 4 days, and it supports a maximum of 14 days. Low latency, less than 10 milliseconds on publish and receive. Limitation of 256 kilobytes per message sent. It can have duplicate messages, very rarely. It can have out-of-order messages, best effort ordering.